Good morning and welcome back to the Lynn Lowdown. I'm Danny Vittori, and today we have on two members from the Recovery Exchange, recently opened in Lynn. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And so first question is an easy one. Could you just introduce yourselves and say your roles within the center?
Okay. My name is Kim Patterson. I'm the program director.
My name is Lynn Rogers. I am the peer coordinator at the Recovery Exchange.
So Recovery Exchange just opened in Lynn, so would you be able to say a little bit about what your main goal is with the center, your main purpose?
Well, our main purpose is to help people who are recovering from substance use disorder to become stable, gain hope, learn how to operate in the community, and sustain long-term recovery and fulfill a fulfilling life.
And would you both be able to say a little bit about what you do in your specific roles?
Okay. As program director, what I do basically is a lot of the more administrative stuff. The center is designed so that it's member-orientated and member-driven, so the members will tell us we want certain activities or certain events and that kind of stuff. And as the program director, I make sure that all supplies are needed, whatever's needed for the event is purchased, everything's in place so that the event can happen and go smoothly.
And my role is to guide the members and volunteers through groups, activities, events, so they can eventually take charge and run the center. We'll just be there, the staff will be there just to facilitate them at one point.
So the ultimate goal is the members really are running it, are in charge, and you're there as assistants if they need it, but you more like background.
Yes.
Yes. And like the peer coordinators, they help motivate the members.
Right.
Like we had one member come in who was very quiet, didn't want to talk very much, and now he's like the most talkative. So we kind of give them the encouragement, the peer coordinators give them the encouragement they need to find their confidence and the motivation to get active and kind of believe in themselves.
And in recovery, why would you say having that community aspect is such an important thing?
For me, I always say that recovery addiction is very isolating. Mm-hmm. So one of the hallmarks of addiction is extreme loneliness and isolation. And for me, recovery and the road to recovery comes with being connected in community. So we offer them that sense of connection and a community. So at the center, they learn to be a part of a smaller community, and they build the skills they need necessary to become a part of the larger and function in the larger community.
And you offer a wide variety of events. You do social events, you have meetings, meditation, So how did that come about? Was that all members suggesting it? Was that partially you?
That was, in the beginning, it was staff and a couple of members that were there. Mm-hmm. And then as we're growing, the members are taking charge. The volunteers come in too and volunteer to help the members, and we make it happen.
And how could people get involved if they're interested, like as volunteer role, let's say?
As a volunteer role, generally just come down to the center, get a feel of the center, what activities are there. If people have a specific strength, say like somebody's real good with financial budgeting and they're willing to volunteer and do a group on finances and budgeting, and the members are saying, yeah, we need to learn about that, then we would let them come in once a week or however often they want to, and the members agree to facilitate that group and teach them the financial skills necessary.
That would be a good class. I would take that class.
Me too.
And what would you say for someone who's maybe they're in recovery, but they might be nervous about coming into a center or going in? What would you sort of say to someone like that?
I would say come in, feel it out, and I promise you that you'll come back. It's a good vibe. We're all welcoming. We're all doing this together. And yeah, that's my suggestion. Is just come and try it out.
And you just did a big event in Boston, a big march for Recovery Month. Did you want to talk about that?
Yes, that was it was actually Moore's event. It was Moore is the mass organization of recovery and addictions, and September was Recovery Month, so everybody everywhere was doing some special event, and that was theirs, and they do it every year. It was the 33rd. Michelle Wu was there, Governor Healy was there. So it's a way to get the legislator and put awareness and take the focus off of the addiction part and put it on the recovery part and make funding available to assist people the same way funding's available for diabetes and cancer and all those other ailments, to recognize it as an ailment that needs treatment, and making funding available so that people that are suffering can easily access treatment in a variety of ways. So it's almost like they call it the recovery movement,
Yeah.
you know, and it's really exciting to be a part of that, because you realize I got into recovery. I'm a person with long-term recovery, and initially it was just about getting myself and my life together for my kids and my family, but now with many years in this process, it's about making sure that those people coming behind us have a streamline of services that will ease their road to recovery and be really supportive in helping them to get the help and confidence they need to sustain long-term recovery.
That's a huge piece of it. As you said, it's an ailment. It's something that people need resources, funding, not any kind of judgment that could come from it. So why would you say that having a center in Lynn is so important?
Because the addiction is very noticeable in Lynn, and it has been for a long time. And there is a lot of resources in Lynn. And putting a center where people can come in and work with other people from the community is very needed, just like other things is needed. But we do have places in Lynn Community Health, and we have sober living. So this is something that we needed.
And this was in process for quite a long time. You mentioned it even before we came on, that it began before COVID, then there was COVID, and then you were able to get back into it.
Yes.
So how did that process go?
So actually my boss, Athena, had spoken to me, I think in early 2019, and she was going to collaborate on it, and they were trying to locate a building, and then COVID came, and everything shut down, so it kind of got paused, and she came to me maybe a year and a half ago, a little more than a year ago, and she said the guy that she was collaborating with had retired or moved on, I'm not sure, but she was offered his position, and she was very excited to get into it. She said, one of the first things I'm going to do is locate a place in Lynn. And I think the Lynn community itself, like people that work in the field of recovery, had been waiting for this for a long time. So she moved swiftly, and she located a place, and they gutted the place and did all the work and got it up and running within a year's time. So
That's impressive. And then when did you get hired? You said in June of this year?
We got hired in June of this year, yep.
So just around when you officially opened to the public?
yes. Our official opening date for people to come into the center was June 12th.
You said that was even a bigger event than you expected to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I went to that, and it's incredible to see the support, the camaraderie around it, and it's so positive.
Yeah. Our grand opening was especially, it was overwhelming, but it was overwhelming in a good way because of all the support that we got from the state representatives, from City Hall, from all of the people that work in the field of recovery. It was, or even I worked for another agency that works with the homeless, but even they came and support, because they often find people in homeless shelters that have substance use disorder and don't have a resource or a treatment, and to keep them on track towards getting housing and maintaining their children and their family, they need a place to go where they can build those skills. So it was very exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was an amazing event, and I have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else that I didn't mention that you wanted to talk about in regards to the center?
I just want to say the center is open and it's there for anybody who's seeking recovery, whether it's your first day, maybe you're not quite clean yet, but you want to get clean and you want to know more about it, just come in, get the feel, talk to the staff, and we can offer you whatever direction and whatever pathway you choose. We support all pathways of recovery. No one way is fit for any one person. Everybody has a different mode. And just come in and give it a try. So that's it.
That sounds so great. And thank you again for coming on and talk about it and really spread the awareness.
Yes,
you for
and
having
thank you
us.
for the offer.
You're very welcome anytime. And once again, I'm Danny Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we'll see you next week with more guests.